The Universality of Sadguru Nannagaru. Sri Nannagaru says, I never attempted to make anyone the devotee of my Guru Sri Ramana. It is my intense desire that you should be reformed, experience the truth, and reach the sorrowless state. Whatever may be the name and form you may adore, I always desire your welfare wholeheartedly. It is only because of this single quality that God bestowed me with self-knowledge. This video is a small attempt to present various gurus, devotees, scriptures, poets, leaders, philosophers, and historical persons as quoted by Sadguru Nannagaru in his speeches. Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. Once a lawyer put a question to Bhagavan. In the Gita, Krishna said, surrender all your actions onto me, then I will cleanse you of all the sins. Does it imply that God's grace is conditional? Then Bhagavan replied, no, God's grace exists forever. Just like the sun exists forever, and you just need to remove your hands kept on your eyes in order to view the sun, you need to surrender in order to recognize God's grace. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Sri Ramakrishna said, first God, then world, and then yourself. But we always do it otherwise. That is, first ourself, then world, and then God. Sri Sharada Devi. Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi said, when you have as much patience as this earth has, you will achieve the experience of the self. If you cannot tolerate the misdeeds of the worldly people and wicked person, you will not have the vision of the self. Swamiji Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda said, you are the son of immortality. You are the son of God. You are not a sinner. He is a sinner who calls you a sinner. Gaudapada Acharya. Gaudapada Acharya said, nothing ever happened. Gautama Buddha. Buddha said, in spiritual practice, excessive eating or total absence of eating are not good. You should follow the middle path. The strings of a violin don't function well and don't give music if they are too tight or too loose. Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankara said, the dispassion that you get when inflicted with a disease, the dispassion that you get when chided by your spouse, the dispassion that you get on the death of your beloved ones is not true. True dispassion comes out of discrimination. Ramanujacharya. Sri Ramanuja said, sacrifice the thought that you are doing good. That is sannyasa. Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya said, if you are being chased by a tiger and have a wicked man in front of you, it is better to become a prey to the tiger rather than getting into the company of the wicked. It is because when you become a prey to the tiger, you only lose your body, whereas in the company of the wicked, you beget tendencies that bring you filthy births. Mahavir Jain. One who is victorious in war is called as a brave warrior. But he is a great valiant warrior, that is Mahavira, who completely transcended his mind and the tendencies of Jiva. One who attained the goal of yoga is called as Mahavira. Jesus Christ. Jesus said thus, just as the sun is not aware of the darkness, the truth within your heart is unaware of birth and death. In order to experience unending bliss, peace, and happiness, you must know the truth, and the truth only shall make you free. Shirdi Sai Baba. Once a devotee started talking about the negative aspects of another devotee. Then Baba showed him a pig eating the filth and said, that pig is eating the filth and you are eating that devotee's filth. Guru Nanak. During his travels, Guru Nanak was staying at a place. Feeling thirsty, he asked for a glass of water. A person there brought a glass of water. Then Nanak said, your hands are undoubtedly very clean, but not pure. Did you at any time do a good deed to anyone with your hands? Swami Shivananda. Swami Shivananda said, be good and do good, but it is more difficult to be good rather than to do good. Sri Malayala Swami. When Malayala Swami was asked the reason for his intense penance, he replied, to develop faith in the Lord, to develop faith in the words of the Lord, to develop the ability to practice the words of the Lord. Sri Kanchi Paramacharya. Once a devotee was declined to be initiated by Paramacharya. When asked for the reason, Paramacharya inquired whether the devotee looked after the welfare of his mother. The devotee replied that his mother's character is not good, and hence he stopped talking to her for the past 15 years. Then Paramacharya said, "The scriptures say that one should look after one's parents irrespective of their character. When you lack reverence for your mother, what is the guarantee that you will have reverence for your Guru?" Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh described Ajnani thus: "For him, the calm, the light, the bliss, the freedom, the heights of knowledge, and the seas of Ananda." Swami Ramatirtha. Once Ramatirtha was asked thus: "You say that God exists everywhere. Then would you dare to jump from the terrace?" Then Ramatirtha said, "Show me the place where God does not exist." Swami Jnanananda. Once a devotee asked Jnanananda, "You must have toiled very hard while doing penance in the Himalayas." Then Jnanananda replied, "If we consider it as a hardship, can we really continue? Where there is willingness, there is no hardship." Sri Rama. Sita saw a waveless, still and a clean pond and showed it to Rama joyfully. Rama said, "Yes, the pond is like the heart of one who has realized the truth." Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna said, "He is not a true devotee who visits the temple on a daily basis or who puts the holy tilak horizontally or vertically. He is my true devotee who fears nothing in this creation and none in this creation fear him. Such a devotee is close to my heart." Arunachala Siva. Bhagavan said in the marital garland of words, "O Arunachala, out of all the material love on earth, mother's love is the greatest love. But what is mother's love when compared to yours?" It implies that when we attain the grace of Guru, he will take the responsibility of leading us forward, give a turning point at the appropriate time, and bestow us with liberation. Vedavyasa Maharshi. In the war of Mahabharata, when Arjuna was hesitant to kill the weaponless Karna, Lord Krishna said, "I will bear all your sins. Don't hesitate to kill him." Then Vyasa enters the battlefield and asks Krishna, "O Lord, will you bear only the sins of Arjuna? Won't you bear the sins of the entire mankind?" Sage Vasishta. Rama went to Vasishta and knocked the door. Then Vasishta asked, "Who is that?" Rama replied, "I, Rama." Then Vasistha asked, "Who is that I?" Rama said, "I, the son of Dasaratha, Sri Rama." Vasistha said, "I am not asking your father's name. Whomever you are referring to as I, who is that I?" Sage Valmiki. Valmiki said, God placed the entire delusion of the world in currency. King Janaka. When King Janaka was informed that his kingdom is being burnt, he was not perturbed. Instead, he said, "I am just ruling the kingdom. I don't consider that it belongs to me." Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The sense control of Sri Krishna Chaitanya was such that even if sugar was put on his tongue, not a particle of sugar got wet due to saliva. We could take back the sugar. Sri Krishna Chaitanya said, "It is enough if you remember God. All the rest of your acts are monkey tricks." Bhakta Tukaram. Tukaram said, "In the constant remembrance of the Lord, in the process of surrender to the Lord, I lost my body-bound eye. But I do not know when I lost the same." Bhakta Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja said, "O Rama, I am not an orphan. Rather, you are an orphan, for I possess you as my protector." Bhakta Annamacharya. Annamacharya said, "O Lord Venkateshwara, you have millions of devotees only because of one quality called tolerance. You look upon our bad attributes as our good." Bhakta Prahalada. Prahalada said, "We need to learn that by which we attain the deathless state." Shabari. When Matanga Maharshi told Shabari, "I am leaving tomorrow. You stay back and receive Sri Rama." Shabari asked him to take her along with him. Then Matanga Maharshi replied, "Shabari, I am going to a place where no two people can travel together." Gopikas. When Uddhava told Gopikas to make effort, the Gopikas replied, "In order to make any effort, mind is required. But we have given away our mind to our beloved Krishna." Sri Nammalwar, an ardent devotee of Lord Vishnu. Nammalwar said, "O Lord, initially I thought that there is a separate existence for you and me. But now I realize that only you exist and I don't." Sri Manikya Vachakar, an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. Sri Manikya Vachakar said, "O Lord, there was a trade between both of us in which you offered yourselves to me and I offered my ego in return. Therefore, you got that which is good for nothing and I gained everything." Bhakta Suradas. Surdas, being blind, was denied education by his family. So he left the family in search of knowledge. Surdas's family felt relieved as they need not feed him anymore. But when later Surdas was honored by Akbar, Surdas's brothers approached him and pleaded him to come back home. Then Surdas replied, "Now the entire world is my home and the entire mankind my brethren." Bhakta Tulasidas. Tulasidas said, "When you develop the qualities of Sri Rama, Sita comes and sits with you." Radha Devi. Radha said, "Krishna exists within my heart. Though I want to escape from him, I am unable to do so as he doesn't leave me." Meerabai. When Meera went to Vrindavan, she wanted to meet a great Acharya. But the Acharya never taught women and never ate the food cooked by them. Therefore, he rejected her the request of his darshan. Then Meera said, "I thought that Sri Krishna is the only man in Vrindavan and everyone else are women. From where did another man come into being?" Kabir Das. Kabir, referring to his Guru, stated thus, "When the ego exists, you don't enter my heart. When you enter my heart, the ego doesn't exist." Samartha Ramadas. Once, when Ramadas asked for alms in front of a house, the housewife came out and beat him with the cloth used to prepare dried cow dung. Ramdas quietly picked up the cloth, washed it, dried it thoroughly, and used them as threads in the lamp lightened to worship Rama. Then Ramdas prayed thus, "O Rama, these threads don't belong to me. They belong to that mother who threw at me the cloth used to prepare dried cow dung. What suffering she must have undergone to act thus. O Lord, do remove all her sufferings." Muruganar, an ardent devotee of Ramana. When any Mahatmas visited Tiruvannamalai, Bhagavan used to ask Muruganar to go and get their blessings. But Muruganar used to reply, "Whom shall I see with the eyes that saw the blazing sun called Bhagavan Ramana?" Master Mahasaya, an ardent devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Master Mahasaya said, "Sri Ramakrishna's name is music to my ears." Hanuman. Hanuman said, "You need not disturb Sri Rama to fulfill your worldly desires. If you want liberation alone, you approach the Lord, else you can approach me." Ancient Scriptures. There is an ancient saying, "If you want the grace of Goddess Lakshmi, that is the goddess of wealth and prosperity, read Ramayana. If you want your task to be accomplished, read Mahabharata. If you want dispassion, read Bhagavata. Bhagavata. When Lord Vishnu asked Rantideva to ask for a boon, he replied thus in the Bhagavata: "Let me stay in the hearts of all the beings of the universe and absorb their sufferings." Ramayana. When Rama was asked why he was so stringent in his forest life, even though Kaikeyi did not impose such restrictions, Rama replied that when his brother Lakshmana was deprived of the pleasures, how could he think of the same? Mahabharata. When we have Lord's grace, we lose our crown instead of our head. When Karna shot a dreadful weapon towards Arjuna, Lord Krishna immediately pressed the chariot down with his foot. The result was that instead of losing his head, Arjuna lost his crown. Bhagavad Gita. The Gita says, all your lust must be converted into love. Lust always expects something in return, whereas love doesn't expect anything. Love for the sake of love and work for the sake of work. Upanishads. The Upanishads say, let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. The Kathopanishad. The Kathopanishad asks, who is a fool, and answers thus: he who thinks that there is no life after death, that life is finished with the burial ground, that there is no state of immortality, and who doesn't have the experience of awareness, who reap the fruits of one's actions, such a person is a fool. Sri Vishnu Sahasranama. Om Sakshinyai Namaha. All the work done through the senses or mind, whether in the waking state or dream state or in deep sleep, is being witnessed by the self, which is sleepless within. The Vishnu Purana. The Vishnu Purana says, it is insulting God if you worship Him with the intention of escaping from the work you have to do. Narada Bhakti Sutras. Narada Bhakti Sutras declare, utter the divine name of God with every breath. A Muslim devotee. There was a Muslim devotee who was very righteous. When he was about to die, the villagers went to him and said, you lived an extremely virtuous life with forbearance. He replied, Maya or delusion may overpower me any moment, You may conclude so only after my final breath. The Holy Bible. The Bible says, "The kingdom of heaven is within you. Be still and know that I am God." An English proverb. If you feel that you should make the world much more beautiful than what it is, it's possible only through detachment. When you do anything with selfishness, you cannot make the world beautiful. The great poet Kalidasa. Kalidasa said, "Avoiding the sensual pleasures doesn't constitute self-control. The true self-control lies in not being tempted when the object of temptation is in front of you." Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore said, "When mother moves the child from one breast to the other, the child starts crying, thinking that mother ceased giving milk. It continues crying till it gets the milk from the other breast." Similarly, when we cannot bear the burden of the body, God designs death in order to move us from one body to another. But being ignorant, we think that we are being reduced to ashes forever. Lokamanya Balagangadhar Tilak. Tilak said, "Even if the sky falls upon me, I will crush it under my feet and march forward towards freedom." Mahatma Gandhiji. Gandhiji said, "None could insult me till now because I never acknowledge the same. It is better that I consume poison rather than acknowledge the insult." Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Gandhiji asked, "Patel, you should grant me a boon. You must not contest for the prime ministerial post, as 80% of the people would vote in your favor." Nehru is not willing to enter the cabinet if he is not offered the post of prime minister. Therefore, become deputy prime minister. Patel said, "I am neither interested in becoming a PM nor a deputy PM. I don't need any post." Rajendra Prasad. Rajendra Prasad was appointed as the first president of India with a salary of rupees 10,000. He immediately wrote a letter to the government of India. "Rupees 5,000 is enough for my sustenance." His wife passed away after a while. Then he again wrote to the government of India, "Rupees 3,000 is sufficient for my survival." Lal Bahadur Shastri. In the last moments of Shastriji, the doctors told him, "We regret that we are unable to help you." But Shastriji disregarded those words and prayed thus, "O Sri Rama, take me into your lap, dear father." He remembered this prayer during the last moments of his life due to the selfless service to the nation. Rajagopalacharya. Once Rajaji visited Tirumala before going to the parliament. The communists who were atheists tried to tease him by asking, "What was your prayer to Lord Venkateshwara?" Then Rajaji silenced them by saying, "I prayed that Lord Venkateshwara give good reasoning or thinking faculty to my communist brothers." Sarvepalli Radhakrishna. Radhakrishna said, "Rather than getting an admirable wife, rather than getting a convenient job, he is more lucky who possesses a peaceful mind." Kamaraj. Once Kamaraj was asked, "Though your education is only up to 4th standard, how are you able to manage as a chief minister?" Then Kamaraj replied, "It is due to common sense." Jiddu Krishnamurti. JK was asked in his last moments, "Are you not afraid of death?" JK replied, "When I have learnt to die on a daily basis, this death is not new to me." Socrates. When Socrates was asked as to what was the reason for people flocking to him, he replied, "I am aware that I know nothing." Emerson. Emerson said, "Turn your face towards God and turn your back towards the world, but we always do it otherwise." Shakespeare. Some people know nothing but suffering for their entire life. Their suffering ends only with death. Shakespeare describes this as, "The rest is silence." Milton. Milton said, "It is possible to overcome lust and anger after a certain age, but the desire for fame doesn't leave us even when death approaches us." Albert Einstein. Einstein said, "The 5 elements, the sun, the moon, and the planets are driven by a law. The entire creation is driven by the same law." Still, we don't recognize that it is the same law which drives our lives. Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln said, "I am a slow walker, but I walk in the right direction and never look back." Alexander the Great. When Alexander was asked what property he inherited from his father, Alexander replied, "I have inherited tremendous fearlessness from my father." We hope this video inspires the seekers of truth. Thank you for the time given and the attention paid. For more details, visit www.srinannagaru.com www.srinannagarusatsang.com